The policy of the Hennepin County's Attorney's Office, which was put forward 3 weeks ago, is that we are no longer going to hold juveniles accountable. Potentially for very violent crimes. That's what that memo was really very specifically about. A 15-year-old and a 17-year-old convicted of murder. Murder. Premeditated murder. And those juveniles are not going to be held accountable for that. And now, we're also going to register these folks to vote immediately. Immediately.
And I'm seeing this movement against our young people that I don't really understand. I often say the youth will be our salvation. I say it all the time. For those that know me, they hear me say it. I tweet about it, put it on Facebook. I put it out there because I truly believe that. I'm a father and I have young people in my household and I tell them all the time, you are the future and you will save us. So I don't understand why we have this constant movement to put barriers in the way of our young people to get involved in a process that's foundational to our democracy, or constitutional republic, as some people like to say. I don't understand that barrier.
But let's be real here, members. When you have an individual who's committed a felony, when you have a minor, a juvenile who's committed a felony, like let's imagine maybe murdering a 23-year-old in their apartment, and that individual strikes a really great deal or is offered a spectacular deal that would only include about 2 years in a juvenile delinquent center, I think that is an issue, and I think that is a problem, and I do not believe that that person is ready to vote. I don't think that that person has been properly prepared to do their civic duty. We are talking about individuals who committed a crime, individuals who are 16 or 17 years old, who have committed a felony, people who have gone outside of our society and they've broken the rules of our society, the way that our society has been built on laws. They've gone outside of that. They have broken those rules. They've broken those laws, but they haven't just broken them a little bit. Oh, you know, high schoolers, it's high school, right? They didn't just go out and have a good time. They went into a person's apartment, hypothetically, and murdered them when that person was only 23.
Members, if there are any among you who wish I would speak less, you can thank Representative Olson because he largely stole my thunder. We didn't even share notes, but every point he made was a point that I was going to rise to make. All I will add is that we're not just talking about the commission of felonies. We're talking about felony convictions, which aren't found in a Cracker Jack box. You don't trip and fall and get up with one. We have an entire process that is very well thought out, that is very well adjudicated, that sometimes results in a felony conviction, which means you have been found guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of violating the public trust in the most severe way we have to describe it on the books. So maybe, under those circumstances, maybe you shouldn't be able to pre-register to vote. What a horrendous consequence for, hypothetically, killing somebody in their own apartment. I mean, that's the thing. To the extent that we're going to make the argument that felony status is somehow being a victim, you've been victimized by being convicted. I don't know how that happens. I don't know how the moral math on that works, but that seems to be the way we're talking about it. To the extent that we want to ensure that we're not punishing people too much, I think we might be splitting hairs when we come down to pre-registration to vote. If we can't say that not being pre-registered is too much of a consequence for violating the public trust to the degree of a felony, I think we might have entered the realm of the absurd. Thank you.